Yeah, so we were about to talk about the African connection when we left off, and I'm actually looking at Boko Haram.
Yes.
And on Tuesday, another attack in Abuja, and that would have been third in recent times that we have heard of. And I'm actually thinking that government forces have put in strategies.
That's right.
They would have. With these continued attacks, are we then supposed to understand that their strategies are not working?
It's clear when you look at the diversity of methodology being used by Boko Haram, then clearly the Nigerian government is not doing enough, or the strategy is wrong. And analyzing the causes for Boko Haram, modus operandi of Boko Haram has been wrong, militarily and then strategically. The point is this, that we have not been able to really put into analytical terms what Boko Haram is all about. I think it's now not necessarily a group of people who really just want to do what the Tuaregs want to do in Mali. It's a completely different ball game. I cannot understand Boko Haram as a potent force supported by people from within government, people from within the security forces, people from within the intelligence service. This is how we should look at it now. Because if they can hit at the heart of Nigeria and beyond to Lagos at will, in other places where you have such Al-Shabaab or whatever it is, they are concentrated. You can know where they're coming from, what they want to do. Boko Haram is no longer, they are now using the tactic of Al-Qaeda, where the theater of war is the whole territory of Nigeria. For Al-Qaeda, the theater of war is the whole of the world. And the instruments of war is anything. Anything is a missile for Al-Qaeda. And that's what Boko Haram is doing now. And it's very scary. Studies about terrorism, we need to understand these issues. Are they locally confined? That's what we thought. But now the whole theater of Boko Haram is Nigeria. There is the possibility of them extending to the whole of West Africa. Already there is evidence that they have links with Al-Shabaab and Akim, that is Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. If they have these links, then we should know that the Sahel belt of Africa is in trouble.
But some believe that Boko Haram, I think the whole problem is about poverty. Others also see it as a very religious extremism approach. How do we assess this, and what more can be done about it?
It is a whole complex, it's a composite kind of problems. Yes, underlying that basic Boko Haram problem is poverty, underdevelopment in the area. That's number one. Number two, the die-hard Boko Haramists, let me use that phrase for them, have only been able to attach religion as one of the ploys to get followers, to get sympathy, to get resources. An immutable dynamic in politics. I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. But if I should want to start something from Ghana now, some idiotic thing, and I believe that the Christians will support me in their numbers, I will use Christianity to attach to my cause and make the Christians believe that if they supported me, we would gain much. Because religion is an unexplainable faith. So you touch not the minds of people, you touch the hearts of people. And anything in the heart, mind you, people behave with that. It's like if you love somebody, don't you see how many people denounce their parents because of love? That is what religion does. And in the Muslim world, when anybody feels that what you are doing attacks the religion, man, you get support from the whole of the Muslim world. Don't be surprised if Al-Qaeda and all those places with Al-Shabaab and are getting support from insiders in Saudi Arabia, for example. Because it's a religion. So Boko Haram is only using the tool of religion to attack a fundamental problem of poverty and misgovernance. Misgovernance in terms of imprudence in economic governance. Come to think of it, that the whole of the northern or eastern part of Nigeria is bereft of schools, hospitals, all those dynamics that make life worth living. And the president, if it is true, has a daughter having a wedding where iPhones are distributed freely. 2003 or 2007, I've forgotten the year, I was in Nigeria when again the child of former President Ibrahim Babangida was having a wedding, and every radio station and television station was showing it. It was just extravagant. Planes were made available. I'm not afraid to say it because I was in Nigeria then. Planes were made available for any other human being who cared to go, to just go freely. I mean, this extravagance is being displayed whilst people are dying in their numbers elsewhere. So it makes the Boko Haram cause plausible. People will follow them, give them cover. And so look, it's yes, economic. But to solve it, they believe they have to use terrorist tactics. To use terrorist tactics, you have to get a bone, and that backbone is actually religion. And so it's not a kind of religious thing. It's a complex of causes, and they are using the tools that every other terrorist organization would like to use.